hello. Yesterday we were reading chapters 12 through 18 and in the first book of Enoch, and we found out what it was that God had to say to them. He was quite wrought with them. He said, "It was you who's supposed to be interceding for man, not man interceding for you." And because they sent Enoch to say something to God, to try to petition, kind of like petition the court, but petition God, and God denied it. And he put all the blame on one angel, Azazel, for all the sin that was learned by man. I mean, of course, the sins that are happening to man are falling on them, but he puts the blame there to Azazel because they went and they taught all the unknown, not allowed secrets to the people. And so we are at chapter 19. And Uriel said to me, "Here shall stand the angels who have connected themselves with women, and their spirits, assuming many different forms, are defiling mankind, and should lead them astray into sacrificing to demons as gods. Here shall they stand, till the day of the great judgment, in which they shall be judged till they are made an end of. And the women also of the angels who went astray shall become sirens. And I, Enoch, alone saw the visions, the ends of all things, and no man shall see as I have seen." I kind of take this loosely. People say there are mermaids in the Bible, and sirens are mythical being that sings beautifully from far off, but when you come close, they become monstrous, and they kill a man. That's what they do. They entice you to die. And so I kind of don't know how to take this just yet. God hasn't given me any really clear answers to say, other than I have this. Angels are different than humans, and humans are different than angels, and God created all the different animals on the earth. So it stands to reason that when God says that he has many sheep, that he's not just talking about humans or angels. They're not the only two beings. He's obviously a very creative God, because look at around you. And if he can create something like that just by thinking it in 7 days, and he's been here since the beginning of time. He's been here since the beginning of time on earth. How many other earths has he been at the beginning of? And so I do acknowledge that there are the possibility of other life forms. But God said right here in Enoch yesterday, a very clear partition. He set one. That which is born in heaven shall reside in heaven, and that which is born on earth shall reside on earth, and they will die in their appropriate place. So we know that the giants won't go to heaven, but that tells us that all these animals and us, we don't go either, except for the fact that Christ paid a debt that gave us a ticket and an invitation to become a part of the family. Not just an invitation to visit, but like he tells the people in Leviticus when they come to him, when they start looking over the 10 commandments, he says, "And the stranger that sojourneth with you, love him like he's your own." And it's because we're not his, and he's loving us like we're his own. He did the Passover. He made us go through, or made them, I say us because I consider all of us the children of God, and we're humans. He made the human race go through this, a certain select few. But the Israelites, he made them do a Passover, which mimicked the blood being what is going to make the sin pass over us in the judgment time. And in Leviticus, they did a scapegoat where they sent a goat out into the wilderness. And they killed another. They had two. And the one that went into the wilderness took all the blame for all the sin. And that is kind of like what an introduction to what Christ does. I keep seeing that there's enough creativity, though, from God to make anything possible. And so when we see beings like this, I mean, when we see all these fake little mermaids on TV or on YouTube or alien sightings, they're in their own respective places. They're not allowed to mingle with us. Just like he knocked down the Tower of Babel in Genesis. He didn't want us trying to get that far because we are not allowed to go there. And they are not allowed to come here. The only ones that do come here are the angels, and they're specifically the angels who fall. So we realize that the sirens that are on earth are the women who bore the children to the watchers. I don't know how long they stay in that form. I know it's got to be a nightmare. And we also see the sacrificing the demons that gets brought up throughout the beginning of the Bible. These things are things that they did before God called them away from it. And these are the things that angels had led them down the wrong path to do. The gods that they're worshiping are not gods. They are fallen angels. Much like the Watchers, just not necessarily specifically one breed. And Enoch alone saw the vision, the ends of all things, and no man shall see as I have seen. And these are the names of the holy angels who watch. Uriel, one of the holy angels, who is over the world and over Tartarus. Raphael, one of the holy angels, who is over the spirits of men. Raquel, one of the holy angels, no, it's Rigel. Rigel, one of the holy angels who takes vengeance on the word of the luminaries. Michael, one of the holy angels, to wit, he that is set over the beast part of mankind and over chaos. Seraquiel, one of the holy angels who is set over the spirits, who sin in the spirit. Gabriel, one of the holy angels who is over paradise and the serpents and the cherubim. Ramiel, one of the holy angels whom God set over those who rise. Chapter 21. And I proceeded to where things were chaotic, and I saw there was something horrible. I saw neither a heaven above, nor a firmly founded earth, but a place chaotic and horrible. And there I saw 7 stars of heaven bound together, and again stars, morning stars, angels. 7 stars of heaven bound together in it, like great mountains and burning with fire. And I said, for what sin are they bound, and on what account have they been cast in hither? Then said Uriel, one of the holy angels who was with me and was chief over them, said, Enoch, why dost thou ask, and why art thou eager for the truth? These are of the number of the stars of heaven which have transgressed the commandment of the Lord, and are bound here till 10,000 years. The time entailed by their sins are consummated. And from thence I went to another place, which was still more horrible than the former. And I saw a horrible thing, a great fire there, which burnt and blazed, and the place was cleft as far as the abyss, being full of great descending columns of fire. Neither its extent nor magnitude could I see, nor could I conjecture. Then I said, how fearful is the place, and how terrible to look upon. Then Uriel answered me, one of the holy angels who was with me, and said unto me, Enoch, why hast thou such fear and affright? And I answered, because of this fearful place, and because of the spectacle of the pain. And he said unto me, this place is the prison of the angels, and here they will be imprisoned forever. And thence I went to another place, and he, mountain, and of hard rock. And there was in 4 hollow places, deep and wide and very smooth. How smooth are the hollow places, and deep and dark to look at. Then Raphael answered, one of the holy angels who was with me, and said unto me, these hollow places have been created for this very purpose, that the spirit of the souls of the dead should assemble therein, yea, that all the souls of the children of men should assemble here. And these places have been made to receive them till the day of their judgment, and till their appointed period, till the period appointed, till the great judgment comes upon them. I saw the spirit of a dead man making suit, and his voice went forth to heaven and made suit. And I asked Raphael the angel who was with me, and I said unto him, the spirit which makes suit, who is it? For whose voice goes forth and makes suit to heaven? And he answered me, saying, this is the spirit from went forth from Abel, whom his brother Cain slew. And he makes his suit against him till his seed is destroyed from the face of the earth, and his seed is annihilated from among the seed of men. Then I asked regarding it, and regarding all the hollow places, why is one separated from the other? And he answered me, and he said unto me, these are 3 which have been made the spirits of the dead might be separated, and such a division has been making for the spirits of the righteous which are there in the bright spring of water. And such has been made for sinners when they die, and are buried in the earth, and judgment has not been executed on them in their lifetimes. Here their spirits shall be set apart in this great pain, till the great day of judgment, and punishment, and torment of those who curse forever, and retribution for their spirits. There he shall bind them forever. And such a division has been made for the spirits of those who make their suit, who make disclosures concerning their destruction, when they are slain in the days of the sinners. Such has been made for the spirits of men who were not righteous, but sinners, who were complete in transgression. And of the transgressors they shall be companions. But their spirits shall not be slain in the day of judgment, nor shall they be raised from thence. But I blessed the Lord of glory and said, I think he means, then I blessed the Lord of glory and said, blessed be my Lord, the Lord of righteousness, who ruleth forever. Chapter 23. From thence I went to another place, to the west of the ends of the earth. And I saw a burning fire which ran without resting and paused, not from its course day or night, but ran regularly. And I asked, saying, what is this which rests not? Then Raguel, one of the holy angels who was with me, answered me, saying unto me, this course of fire which thou hast seen is the fire in the west which persecutes all the luminaries of heaven. And from thence I went to another place of the earth, and he showed me a mountain range of fire, which burnt night and day. And I went beyond it, and saw 7 magnificent mountains, all differing each from the other. And the stones thereof were magnificent, and beautiful, and magnificent, of glorious appearance, and fair exterior. 3 towards the east, 1 founded on the other, 3 towards the south, 1 upon the other, and deep rough ravines, no one of which joined with any other. And the 7th mountain, which was in the midst of these, and it excelled them in height, resembled the seat of a throne, and fragrant trees encircled the throne. And among them was such a tree as I had never yet smelt. Neither was any amongst them, nor were others like it. It had a fragrance beyond all fragrance, and its leaves and blooms and wood wither not forever, and its fruit is beautiful, and its fruit resembles the dates of a palm. Then I said, how beautiful is this tree, and fragrant, and its leaves are fair, and its blooms very delightful in appearance. Then answered Michael, one of the holy, honored angels, who was with me, and was with their leader, And he said unto me, Enoch, why dost thou ask me regarding the fragrance of the tree? And why dost thou wish to learn the truth? Then I answered him, saying, I wish to know about everything, but especially about this tree. And he answered, saying, This high mountain which thou hast seen, whose summit is like the throne of God, is his throne, where the Holy Great One, the Lord of glory, the eternal King, will sit when he shall come down to visit the earth with goodness. And as for this fragrant tree, no mortal is permitted to touch it, till the great judgment, when he shall take vengeance on all, and bring everything to its consummation forever. It shall be given to the righteous and the holy. Its fruit shall be for food to the elect. It shall be transplanted to the holy place, to the temple of the Lord, the eternal King. Then shall they rejoice with joy and be glad, and in the holy place shall they enter, and its fragrance shall be in their bones. And they shall live a long life on earth, such as thy fathers lived, and in their days shall no sorrow or plague or torment or calamity touch them. Then blessed I the God of glory, the eternal King, who hath prepared such things for the righteous, and hath created them and promised to give them. And there we will stop for today. God bless you and have a good night.